we're coming to the end of the day. It's been a really long day. It's been inspirational, and it's amazing the knowledge and the skills that our people have across this vast country. The heart, the soul, the backbone of land rights. Northwest region, under the leadership of Western Zone, Tony Sutherland, Peter Gibbs, and the zone staff to support land councils across our region, the leadership of CEOs and board members, the challenges within community, and the solutions that they drive. It's an inspiration, and I welcome Steve McIntosh, the CEO of Wonnarua Land Council, to talk about the Northwest region. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Steve McIntosh, and as Councillor said, I'm the CEO of the Wonnarua Aboriginal Land Council. And from my personal perspective, and as a fairly new CEO, it's fantastic to have the opportunity to network with my colleagues around the state under the one roof. And so my personal vote of thanks to NSWALC for affording this opportunity. Can I please start my presentation by acknowledging the traditional people of this country, the Wonnarua people, and pay my respects to the elders, both past and present. This is just a beautiful part of New South Wales. I thank you sincerely for the welcome to your land. It's an amazing place to have our conference. Are they fixing that? That's right. Okay. Also, I'm excited to be here representing Northwest region. It's a great part of the world. It's my home country as well. Can I also say that my presentation today, it's certainly not as comprehensive as it could be. However, I wanted to give you a brief glimpse into our world. There's just so many great things happening at the Lauk level, and we have much to be proud of. I'm originally from Tumala, which is still home and on the land of the Gomeroi people. Councillor Dennis, she's our special supercharged representative, Northwest region. It's a massive geographical spread of our state, and I often wonder how difficult it must be as a mother, grandmother, and community leader to do all the things necessary. But she does a great job, and I know at Wonnarua we owe her and I self-esteem. The land rights system is a great network for our women to be involved in. They are not just the backbone of our families, but are also the leaders of our organisations as well. Councillor Dennis is a prominent role model for our young female aspirants. We salute you for the dedication and tireless commitment to our region. Also wanted to mention our CSO, Tony Skillthorpe, sorry Tony. I think we already know, but at times we need to be reminded that behind every great councillor is a hard-working and committed councillor support officer. Ready to go? That's back one. Oh, does it? Yep. Oh, well, that's it. In Northwest, we have much to be thankful for. Most of our local communities have stuck together. Although many of our old people have passed away, their family legacies are very evident in our current generation. When you look across the Lauks, it's quite amazing to see that many of the original names of those that were out there laying the foundation in land rights, their people are still involved in the Lauk leadership roles today. Northwest is made up of 16 communities. Most are small, remote and isolated, have very diverse economics. Most heavily rely on agriculture, and it's no secret that we have been devastated not only by the drought, in recent times, but the severe lack of water over many, many years. Water. That's a topic on its own, so I won't go into today. Suffice to say, though, that LAOCs need to have visibility on water policy. We are rich in our cultural heritage. We have so much to protect, maintain and promote. It will always be the core of our responsibilities. There are also a number of new initiatives that we are hoping will come to fruition and provide benefit to our communities, for example, the inland rail investment. That's our region. As you can see, we are the top of New South Wales, and the view looks great from where we sit. Whilst the map doesn't have much detail to it, I hope you can see that we are very widespread geographically speaking. We often face similar issues, and they can be categorised in various ways. Suffice to say, we will never give up. Since the last conference, there's been many changes at the local levels and at the zone level as well. At Northwest, we want to acknowledge the recent departure of our Zone Director of 10 years, Mr. Tony Sutherland. We collectively thank him for his committed service to our network. Anyone who dedicates that amount of time to our system thoroughly deserves our collective recognition. Not entirely sure what he's going to turn his hand to. I know that he's heavily involved as league tag coach. But no doubt, Tony will keep himself busy, and we wish him and his family all the best. And now I'd just like to showcase a couple of community initiatives within the Northwest region. Toomala. Not sure if you all know, but the Opera House has been transferred from Sydney Harbour to the Northwest region in the community of Toomala. It may not be the original building, but that's the community nickname for this amazing facility that has been built at Toomala by the Australian Defence Force. The community can now enjoy their new $4.8 million community hall as the Australian Army recently handed over the site to the local Aboriginal Land Council. The Australian Government, through a joint venture with the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet and the Army Aboriginal Community Assistance Program, ACAP, commenced the project in May 2017 and worked with the community to construct a communal meeting space. The new building will become the lifeblood of the community and surrounds. It will be used for community meetings, important social gatherings, and it provides the local Aboriginal Land Council with office space and a place to call home. In addition to the new meeting space, the Army also refurbished a community church, the sporting oval, and constructed a sealed road. So here's just a couple of photos that depict the backstory of those amazing projects and of one of our most remotest communities in the state. That photo there is a deadly photo of the young dancers in a circle with the Army personnel. It's really great stuff. I'm really honoured as part of my presentation to be able to showcase this extraordinary gift to Toomala, thanks to the Australian Government. There's lots of people that need to be publicly thanked, but just to mention a couple. I know that the Federal Member for Parks, Mark Colton, and the Federal Minister for Indigenous Affairs, Senator Scullion, were instrumental in supporting this initiative. At the local level, community, workers and staff, and the community itself, the CEO, the board of Toomala LAOC, and elders and the whole of community. Okay, so the next one I'll just showcase is equally amazing. Wonnarua LAOC, which is based at the small community of Angonia in the far northwest of our region. The driving force behind this community-backed initiative is Tania Edwards, the Chief Executive of the Wonnarua Local Aboriginal Land Council. Tania is actually present within the conference. Tania. She here? Peter, you told me she was. 2 years ago, while attending a native foods conference in Dubbo, she saw a presentation by Mike and Gail Quarmby. This couple are trailblazers of Australia's native food industry and owners of Outback Pride. the nation's largest grower and supplier of bush foods. This great initiative was the result of the vision of the dynamic young CEO, Tania, with the support of her family and community. This is Tania in the white hat and also doing the hard yard. She wasn't just supervising that. The other photo is their partner, Wayne. We all know behind every great lady is a great man. Wayne is widely regarded for his backbone support to his community, and this specific project has been beyond and deserves higher level recognition. This is just another couple of photos to whet your appetite for a short video presentation on the Murrawarri bush foods. This great photo of Tania's young fella Wayne Jr. and the delicacies that are produced. This project has captured the attention of many and recently featured on ABC Landline. So we'll just have a look at that video.
In far western New South Wales, close to the Queensland border, Engonia is quite literally at the back of Bourke. On the outskirts of this one-horse, one-pub town is the Clara Hart community. It's home to about 80 residents from 3 different Indigenous clans. And this small market garden has everyone united and excited. Rarely has a harvest been so keenly anticipated.
They take pride in what they're a part of, what they build, and their own traditional food. So doing it as part of a community is important, and we're doing it together and we're all coming up together.
These are bush tomatoes, and this is the first crop, the first produce from a project that has the potential to transform this remote and disadvantaged community.
Yeah, it is a game changer, you know, moving forward. And it's all learning, you know. Some people were fortunate enough to get passed down that knowledge, and some people were unfortunate. So this is revitalising, you know, bringing it all back to life again. So now we'll be able to pass that on.
Make no bones about it, Tania Edwards and the keen participants have a point to prove to governments and others.
Our communities can thrive. Places just need resources, and we want to be a part of building whatever needs to be built in our communities.
What they've built so far is a high perimeter fence, strong enough to keep out pests such as feral goats.
Roos and goats, emus. Yeah, you get a few odd cattle here and there. Yeah, pretty strong fence.
Bush tomatoes are part of the nightshade family that includes potatoes. This desert variety is Solanum centrale, known widely as Country, and it thrives out here.
Where it's still out there in the bush, we feel it's great that that's left there for their use. But if they want to have job creation, industry development on community, then we have it cultivated in this manner, and it's been very, very successful. And then leave the trowel in there while you drop that in.
Overseeing this horticultural venture are 2 veterans of Australia's nascent native foods industry, Gail and Mike Quarmby. Tania Edwards met them at a conference in Dubbo.
So I thought, I wonder what this workshop is about. Went down there and I'm like, oh, we're interested in that. I wonder if they'll come to our community, you know? So the conversation went from there, and I listened, and I just couldn't believe what I was hearing and seeing at the same time. And we invited Mike and Gail out to look at the country out here, and also they met with the people. Hello, kids.
The community gave it the thumbs up. A key reason was the chance to get better nutrition. Being a long way from town makes it hard to get fresh fruit and vegetables.
It means our people get back in touch with their traditional foods. We can have it right here in our backyard.
In finishing the Northwest presentation, I just want to acknowledge the great work of our long-term zone staff officer, Joe Flick. As this is the 100th year since the ending of the Great War, Joe has become a warrior in our community to increase awareness of our war heroes. Some never made it home. The whole issue of Aboriginal service deserves greater recognition, and deservedly so. But this afternoon, I just wanted to raise your awareness of the significant work being undertaken by Joe with the support of NSWALC. Joe has received support from NSWALC to be able to represent us at the most significant site in France. Isn't this amazing? Here he is here at the gravesite of one of our fallen heroes, the grave of Private Thomas Dodd of Gingy in Walgett. Thomas died on the 2nd of June 1918 and is buried in a British cemetery in France. And he's just standing at the grave of Private Joseph Knight from Burke. Joseph died of acute pneumonia on the 16th of February 1917 after 1 month of arriving in England. Joseph is buried at St Lawrence Church Cemetery, Salisbury, Britain. In the audience, we have the chair of Nullanula Lauk, Mr Robert Knight, a direct descendant. That's how close connected these stories are. Joe, you're truly inspirational, and so I just request that as a network, if we could just give him a round of applause. Thank you, Joe, and thank you, NSWALC, and thank you on behalf of Northwest Region.